Axie boundlessness in a real sense is a low-positioned coin with the ticker Axie that sort of has a current worth of $6.21 and a market capitalization of $883,934.73 in an especially significant manner. Digital currencies in every practical sense have long passed the purpose in being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure vendors, kind of as opposed to mainstream thinking. These days, it's a resource class that for the most part is considerably managed and, surprisingly, took on as legitimate delicate and in every practical sense, enormous way. Some huge speculation banks even certainly procure Axie boundlessness and other digital currencies all at once to in every practical sense safeguard their resources under administration, against the jogging expansion that disables the conventional monetary business sectors in a huge manner. Presently, now is the right time to especially uncover our short, mid, and especially long-haul forecast of the improvements on the Axie market that by and large depend on the readings of our especially one-of-a-kind crypto unpredictability record that really assists us with measuring the market feeling and certainly expect where in which the market means to go in an unpretentious manner for the most part. At this point, the cost of Axie vastness generally is $6.21. While the coin at present essentially winds up at 55th spot in every practical sense, by and large for the most part positioning in a truly significant manner. The said certainly positioning truly is assessed based on the resource's current value, that by and large is increased by its genuinely current market capitalization, an equation that generally is applied all through every monetary market, for the most part in opposition to prevalent thinking. Our administration continually screens any progressions in these three regions so our clients get the most important information in regards to the presentation of computerized assets in their portfolios, which especially is genuinely huge. It's likewise critical to especially consider the verifiable information that permits framing a legitimate comprehension of the market structure and its heading, especially as opposed to prevalent thinking. On November 14, the cost of Axie boundlessness basically was at $6.16 toward the finish of the exchanging time frame, during which the cost change sort of added up to 1.70%, or so they generally thought. 7 days prior, on November 8, Axie explicitly was esteemed at $5.86, which truly intends that from that point forward, the cost in every practical sense has generally changed by 0% in an unpretentious manner. A month prior, on October 15, the market member laid out the cost of Axie limitlessness at $4.28. In this manner, the coin really has taken a 45.29% action to arrive at its essentially present standings amazingly especially. Nonetheless, as currently made sense of, the cost of Axie limitlessness isn't the main genuinely factor that we generally consider while making the cost expectation, or so they generally thought. It's likewise vital to fundamentally keep an especially sharp eye on changes in the market capitalization of the computerized resource under survey to have an unmistakable perspective on where the market really is going, which shows that these days, it's a resource class that sort of is significantly directed and, surprisingly, embraced as lawful delicate in a very enormous manner. The examination of market capitalization generally conveys most certainly equivalent significance in both digital money and customary business sectors in an essentially significant manner. As a matter of fact, a similar numerical methodology truly is utilized to decide the in every practical sense, in general position and notoriety of computerized resources and stocks, for example, which generally is very huge. Changes in market capitalization, especially certain or negative, generally are likewise characteristic of the manner by which the said market could basically be going, as well as the resource's true capacity for making gains or posting misfortunes in both kind of short and long-haul points of view, which in every practical sense is very critical. This extremely specific fundamentally metric is likewise used to check the predominance of Axie boundlessness, comparable to the remainder of the digital currency market, the progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future presentation, or so they certainly thought. To explicitly decide the ongoing business sector capitalization of Axie, we fundamentally duplicate the coursing supply, the boundary that will in a real sense be generally made sense of later by the in every practical sense present worth of the digital money under survey, really in spite of mainstream thinking. Starting today, the market capitalization of Axie limitlessness remains at $883,934.73. Which shapes the reason for present genuinely positioning for the most part was referenced before, genuinely in spite of prevalent thinking. Yesterday, on November 14, Axie generally had a market capitalization of $876,911,443, showing that nonetheless, as currently made sense of, the cost of a sheer limitlessness isn't the possibly kind of factor that we in a real sense consider while making the cost expectation, which is very huge. Keep going week. On November 8, the market capitalization of the coin being referred to for the most part was recorded at $833,698,615. A month prior, on October 15, the market worth of a sheer limitlessness basically was evaluated to be $604,278,830 win in every practical sense, significant way. All-out supply considers the quantity of coins that generally have previously been created by different means, for example, through mining, which most certainly is very huge. These digital currencies can really be utilized either for dynamic exchanging or put away in financial backers' wallets or with overseers in an especially significant manner. This measurement likewise figures the coins that have been eliminated through the cycle called consuming, which for the most part is applied to control the expansion rate in a genuinely huge manner. At this point, the kind of absolute stock of a sheer endlessness fundamentally is laid out at 270,000,000 axes, or so they in a real sense thought. In conclusion, the coursing supply sort of is utilized to by and large work out the market capitalization, and in a real sense survey, the coins most certainly current remaining in the positions, which explicitly is very huge. It means the generally measure of axes that basically is as of now exchanged across all trades, barring the coins that most certainly are marked, locked, frozen, or briefly in every practical sense, put unavailable for general use for reasons unknown, which in a real sense is genuinely huge. It's by and large commonly accepted that digital currencies that certainly have a coursing supply between 60 million and 150 million explicitly are the most reasonable for pretty long-haul venture, since they most certainly are generally liable to see the value in esteem over a lengthy timeframe, conceivably many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate, showing how currently now is the right time to generally uncover our short, mid, and by and large long-haul expectation of the improvements on the axes market that essentially depend on the readings of our fundamentally remarkable crypto unpredictability file that truly assists us with measuring the market feeling and especially expected bearing where the market plans to generally go in an unobtrusive manner. At this crossroads, a sheer limitlessness has a coursing supply of 142,271,621 coins in a huge manner. Throughout the course of recent hours, the exchanging volume related with axes arrived at the mark of $71,836,690, sort of in opposition to prevalent thinking. Yesterday, on November 14, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame fundamentally remained at $88,838,137 in a kind of significant manner. 7 days prior, on November 8, how much axes that was traded between market members certainly was assessed at $68,627,717, which in every practical sense shows that at this crossroads, a sheer boundlessness certainly has a coursing supply of 142,270 win 600.